All right, what's up everybody? So now we're gonna talk about why willpower is not enough and the 3-step action plan to achieve any goal that you want. So first, when you think of willpower, you think about that force to say, no, I'm gonna do it this time. Yes, I'm not gonna eat the bad food. Yes, I'm gonna lose that weight. Yes, I'm gonna get stronger. Yes, I'm gonna follow through with this program. I'm gonna go from start to finish and see the end come to. That's what you think about when you think of willpower. And what I have to tell you is this is why it doesn't ever work out that way, is because your willpower is like a battery. You will drain it out. And once you drain it out completely, then you have to recharge it. It will come back, but that's why we start the plan. And once that willpower is gone, then that's when we go right back to the old ways. We go back to the old habits. And then now we find ourselves in the same boat or situation saying, oh, well, it was because that program didn't work, or because, this came up in life and I had this, or my family, or whatever the case may be. But you were relying solely on your willpower. You didn't have the strategy or plan. So now I'm gonna tell you, here's how you take action. Here's the 3-step guide to get the goal that you desire. Although it is simple, and you might even say, you know what, George, I already know that. Well, good, if you know that, go ahead, click off. This isn't for you. Because again, if you're saying you already know this, you're probably the person that doesn't take action. So this is really for the people that want to achieve their goals. So first, number 1, you must literally write out your goal. Number 1, write your goal. Okay, you must write your goal, and then within that, it must be where you could see it every day. So I'm gonna draw you a picture. Boom, boom. You must be able to see that goal every single day. It's gonna be that constant reminder. It's gonna be that reminder that this is your plan. This is where you're headed. Within writing it out also, when you write it out, don't write your goal as a wish or I hope to have. It has to come from within. So you have to start seeing yourself in that goal. So write it out in the present tense. So it must be present tense. So make sure you write it out in the present tense. So I am blank. I have blank. It has to be in the present tense. You have to be able to see yourself in it. Don't worry, you might not feel like it now, but that's the whole point. Because you don't feel like it and you're relying on this surge of motivation, this new program, this new widget or gadget, that's gonna get you there, or this latest, greatest technology. It's that surge of emotion, that energy, and willpower is not enough. You need to write it out, and it has to be in the present tense. Even though you don't feel like it yet, you feel like this is some rubbing on the magic lamp sort of thing. So you have to write it in the present tense. Number 2, with anything, especially your goals, it has to be specific. You don't know how many times I deal with this, or not even deal with it within my own life, more or less deal with it in my own life, but also with, I am confronted with it with new clients that I acquire, is that their goals are so broad. I want to lose weight. I want to gain weight. I want to be strong. I want to be fast. I want to have endurance. It has to be a specific thing, very specific. So those broad goals, you're kind of setting yourself up to fail. I've had a person that's come to me and said, well, I want to bulk up. I want to get big. And I'm like, okay, so what are we talking here? You want to be like a bodybuilder or a power lifter? Oh, no, I don't want to be that big. I want to be strong though. Okay, well, you want to be like kind of like a strong man. You want to do deadlift, bench, heavy squat. No, it's not about that. I want to be toned though, but I want to be big. I want to be toned, but not too skinny. Or, oh, hey, yeah, I want to lose some like midsection fat, and I want to tone up my arms, but I want to tone up, but I want to lift weights, but I don't want to be too big. I don't want to be bulky. See, it's almost like you're talking yourself in and out of this goal, what you want. So be specific. If you want to lose weight, how much weight do you want to lose? If you want to get bigger and add weight to your body, how much weight do you want to gain? If you want to get stronger, how strong do you want to be, and in what exercise or lift? So I hope you're following me and getting the point here. It has to be super specific. So to be specific. Boom. Be specific about the goal. Has to be specific. I have a buddy, he likes to go out shooting, and he's really good with handguns, pistol, or rifles, anything you could think of. And so I don't really ever go to the range that often, but he took me out one day and he's like, all right, George, we're ready to go. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. So we get ready to set up and we're getting ready to get the targets. Everybody else has these big targets about this size and they're huge silhouette, looks like a person like this. And I've always shot those and boom, shot it up. And I'm like, yeah, I got one here, one there. Look how good I did that time and that time. And he's like, no, we're not gonna do that. And he pulls out a sheet of paper about that big and he says, and then he puts a little Post-it note on it, kind of like that one. And he says, that's the target we're gonna shoot. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah. He goes, we gotta shoot that target because if you aim small, you miss small. So that being said, the more specific the goal, the closer you're gonna get to achieving it. Does that sound good? Yeah, so let's be specific, aim small, miss small. Number 3, lastly, you have to put a deadline on it. You don't know how often this happens to all of us, but it has to have a deadline. End date. So when are you going to achieve this goal? When is it going to be? Is it going to be long term, short term? Is it going to be 3 months, 6 months? I always recommend, doing like a 30-day goal, 60-day goal, 90-day goal. So you have little milestones to hit and that we can follow along and look back and track and see where you were and where you're going. So all that, wrapping it all up, let's sum it up. Number 1, you have to write it out where you see it every day. So if you see I got Post-it notes here, I got things written on my calendar, and it's just a daily reminder to not just wish and hope and try and say this time is the time, but so I could say this is what I'm working towards, this is what I'm doing. Then secondly, be specific. What is the goal that I want and how specific can I be? I want to gain muscle. I want to gain 10 pounds of muscle in 90 days, and I have a 6-pack and I have 9% body fat. Or I want to lose 30 pounds in 90 days and I want to be a size 2 on my dress. My waist size is 28 inches and my arms are 16 inches. Or yeah, you get the point. And lastly, also with being specific, write it in the present tense. And then lastly, put the deadline. The deadline is I have this goal on this date. So the date is, I will have it 3 months from now. So today's the 15th, I will have it on the 15th in March. So you get the point, or February. So remember, write it out, be specific, set the time frame. I hope this was helpful. I appreciate y'all watching. I love doing this. I love setting goals. I love setting a target and going at it head on. So if you found this helpful, like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me, and we're gonna break barriers, reach goals one day, one step at a time. So I hope you enjoyed this. I will talk to you soon.